We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Hey everybody, welcome to Meanwhile Back at the Lab with Paximus. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here, whether it's the morning, evening, somewhere in between. I'm really happy that you're here, and I'm really excited to be able to kind of see you guys in the chat early on. And I want to thank our special guests who we're going to be talking to in just a few minutes. So I'm really excited, and just a quick shout out to a few people who are in the chat. Thank you to Lena. Thank you so much for being here, Lena, and it's good to see you. It's free day. Ida, I believe is how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. Lerzan, thank you so much for being here. It's so good to see you. Pokim, I'm gonna try the best I can with this one. Pokimito, something like that. Orf Woo. Man, these are tough for a guy like me from California. I'll just be honest. But it's so good to see you guys. And Lyria Z, thank you so much for being here as well. It's good to see you. Padmini, one of our moderators, is here. And Green Fool, it's good to see you as well. Hey guys, so just real quick, I want to mention that if you have a question for our special guest today, please go ahead and put it in the chat. I myself or one of my moderators will be able to get to those questions, and then towards the end we'll have like a Q&A time with our special guest. So guys, I'm so excited. I've been actually looking forward to having this conversation with our special guest. And I've been on her live stream for the last I would say within a month, right? I've been in her live stream, and she is one of the sweetest people you will ever meet. I am not kidding. She is so awesome, and she's got such a great sense of humor. She's got such a great energy. I really, really am excited for you guys to meet. Cartu is live. And Cartu, thank you so much for being here. It's so good to see you. Please let me know if you can hear me okay.
Everything is perfect.
Oh, perfect. That sounds great.
Yeah.
And
smooth and good.
Pax, I will be on Discord in 5 minutes to answer questions. Okay. Send the questions. And that was one of our moderators. That's Padmini. Thank you, Padmini, for being here. I appreciate that. Cartu, thank you so much for being here. It's so good to have you part of this, we call it a podcast, but really I hope you see this more as just a conversation. We're just hanging out and just getting to know each other a little bit. And I think the goal for me is to also just put a little bit more of a feature on you and your channel and the wonderful things that you have been doing on your channel in terms of study with me and helping people to study and to be productive. And I love how you're so positive on your channel. So I want to thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure, real pleasure for me. Thanks so much for inviting me here. I feel honored. I tell you that before in the backstage. But anyway,
Right.
for the record, thank you so much for real. I truly, truly appreciate it, and I feel very honored for this. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And if I may, thank you so much, guys, for joining. Thank you so much for the people, especially in India and in that part of the world,
right?
Because it's night, it's late night there. So thank you so much. You are the sweetest people in the world. Thank you so much for your support. That's one of the things that makes me, I don't know, I'm always so grateful for. So thank you so much.
See what I mean? Sweet. Just that's what I'm talking about, guys. Sweetest person. Okay. So so I have to ask. Oh, I hope I don't make you red. I'm sorry. Okay. So
you know,
if it makes you feel any better, I get red too.
Oh, meanwhile, I was waiting in the countdown,
Mm-hmm.
I just felt the same way as I felt the same nervous
Mm-hmm.
as I have felt in the past before the first live streams that I have made.
Oh wow.
Before going live, I was like, "Oh my goodness," and I feel the same way right now.
I don't know about you, but were you like holding on to your your chest and kind of like, okay, I can breathe.
I'm breathing. Yeah,
Yeah.
take it.
It's one of those. Yeah. So I do want to start getting into some, conversation to talk through a little bit about you and what you do. But the first thing I have to ask you, where did the name Cartu come from? And so Cartu is live, is what you go by. Before, you used to have just the channel name. I think it was Study with Me, and then you changed it
Yeah.
to Cartu. So could you tell us a little bit about the name Cartu, and what significance it has for you?
Oh, yes, of course. So if you don't know me, because perhaps a lot of people, especially for your live streams, maybe they don't know me. My real name is Carolina,
Hmm.
and you can also cancel me Caro if you prefer. But you can also cancel me Cartu. And where this name come from, I didn't made that up myself. It's a lot of friends in Argentina call me that way, and that come from a very very funny situation that we went through. Um, yes, as I was living I come from Argentina, so
Hmm.
right now I live in Germany. That's also another piece of information there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, because I'm just talking and maybe the people don't know. So,
Right.
and yeah, and I come from Argentina, and when I lived there,
Hmm.
um, I studied chemical engineer, and meanwhile, I also worked as a student engineer, let's say. But there, you work like 40 plus hours per week, like
Hmm.
just regular work, and you study during the night,
Hmm.
in the evening. So when I was at work, I have the pleasure to work with amazing people. Some of them are my closest friends right now, so I'm so glad for that. Once they were just making fun out of me in the same office in the engineer department. We used to sit in a way, I don't know, I just was in a position that all my friends, my colleagues that time were
Hmm.
sitting in, I couldn't see them, but they were talking about myself, and I was me with my headphones, so I couldn't hear them well. But do you know when you know that they are
Yeah.
talking about you, and you are
Yeah.
like, "Hey, what's going on?"
You like
So they
sense it
want,
somewhere in,
yeah,
around you, and you're like, someone's talking about me right now.
I
Yeah.
have the feeling inside. So yeah, they were talking about me, and they wanted me to know because they were saying my name and everything. So I take off my headphones. Like, hey, what's going on here? In a funny way, of course. They said, no, no, we weren't talking about you. We were talking about another stuff. And there is a piece of stationery in Argentina
Hmm.
called cartulina, which is like a A3
Ah.
piece of paper,
Uh-huh.
like a cardboard, something like that. Um, and they were just saying, "Oh no, no, we were talking about that because it's similar to Carolina, Cartulina, you
Right.
know."
Right. The connection there.
So yeah, and they start calling me Cartulina. And
Oh.
as Cartulina was too long, they start calling me Cartu. And nowadays, they through when we chat or whatever, they say
Uh-huh.
me Cartu. So yeah,
So, but
yeah.
that
So,
but that name stuck then for a while. Like, how long have you had that name?
oh, years long ago. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So it's quite appreciated for me. It's like a very beautiful. It's the way your friends call you, and it's like always super beautiful. So yeah, I like it.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like well, in English we say a term of endearment. And that's just to show that, like, only our friends can call us that type of thing. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's like a fun nickname that kind of came from an event, and you're like,
Yeah.
why is I feel like someone's talking about me right now. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
so I'm kind of curious to know a little bit more about you, and because you said you're originally from Argentina and you're
Uh-huh.
also in Germany. So can you tell us a little bit about that transition from going to from Argentina to Germany? And I noticed that you also said about chemical engineering. I mean, that's wonderful. So could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, of course. So once upon a time,
Ooh, this
I
is
got
story is gonna be
I.
good.
So tell me more. So I were born in Argentina, and I studied there chemical engineer. And the university that I studied, it's the biggest engineer university in the country. It's amazing.
Mm.
They also have amazing like scholarship programs, and one of those was to come to Germany.
Oh, I see.
So when I just entered, I just a fresh student there in the university.
Hmm.
I just passed my entrance exam, and I was super happy, and that sensation inside, like,
Hmm.
wow, I'm going to be an engineer. Oh my goodness! Of course, you have to study. No one tell you that. Anyway, so I was there, and I was studying and doing the stuff that students do. And once I saw this signal or placard, or yeah, this poster
Hmm. Hmm.
with the scholarship information, and I was in the first year, and
Hmm.
I didn't have all the requirements for applying. So I was like, oh my goodness, that could be awesome. So
Hmm.
I went to the informational talk, and I was there, and everything inside me told me, you have to apply, you have to apply, you
Wow,
have to apply.
that's good.
So yeah, year after year, I was trying to accomplish the requirements in order to apply.
Mm.
So when I get it, I decided to apply. Um, it's quite challenging. I don't know if any of you guys went through this kind of situations, feelings,
Mm.
because once you apply to one of these scholarships, you are in, I hate this word, but anyway, I'm going to say it, in a kind of competition
Mm.
with a lot of students in the
Yeah.
same situation like you, and they all deserve the scholarship the same way you deserve it.
Hmm.
And it's fascinating and terrible in the same
Yeah.
amount, at least
Right.
for me. And I was so scared and so happy at the same time. So
Mm.
that kind of feelings are so contradictory and so beautiful to feel, because that's, for me at least, a sign that you are growing.
Mm.
So I applied to the scholarship. Thousands of students do the same. So it
Yeah.
was hard.
Oh
I
yeah.
got I got the first. There were different steps to go through. So
Mm.
I get the first results. Okay, perfect. So in to get the scholarship, I don't want to make this super long, but to get the scholarship, you have to present a research project. I do it about graphene because I was super amazed about graphene, which is a special kind of material with amazing and fantastic properties.
Mm.
And anyway,
Yeah.
so I get the first results good, and then and so on. I keep working. I was supposed to learn Sherman. Oh my goodness, Sherman! What? Where should I start? And I had only like 1 year to
Hmm.
achieve the B1 level. That's that's too much. You know that? Yeah, exactly. That's like a lot.
Right.
Especially for me, I come from Argentina, and in Argentina we speak Spanish.
Right.
So German language could be super, like, I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Hmm.
Anyway, I did it. I working on that every single day because I knew it inside my heart that that is for me. I have to achieve it. I have to achieve it. So
Wow.
Yeah, and that's nothing because I was working
Mm,
40 hours plus per week. Sometimes I have to go to the factory very, very far away from my house, and
mm.
in that one day maybe I work 12 hours and then go to university
Oh
like
my gosh.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So and I wanted this scholarship, and it
Mm,
was and I went through one of the scariest and hardest and more beautiful moments of my life because
mm,
I had to make a super, super hard decision. I was working. I lived with my mom in a super small apartment, borrowed, because I don't come from a rich family. So, and my mom had no work, and I was the only one who had a work. So
wow.
you can just picture the situation in
So
your
you're
mind.
you're basically supporting a whole family. Is that
We
what
had
was
some
happening?
savings. Yeah, we had some savings, but not like wow, we
Yeah.
can live from the savings our whole life. No, but I just knew it that I had to make that I
Mm,
had to get that scholarship because that was huge for my life and my family's life.
mm,
So was that was the the oh my goodness, I were never so nervous as at that moment of my life. I was
mm.
so nervous. I was shaking the whole day. So I
Wow.
decided to quit my job in order to work the whole day to get the scholarship because that was I just knew it inside.
Hmm.
When you just know that inside that you have to do that, you
Right.
just do it with
Yeah.
all what you have. You just do it. So I had some savings because I'm a, a very saving person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say, okay, I will get this. I will work as hard as I can. I will get this scholarship because this is for me. So a lot of students also were applying, and the concurrence, the competition was very hard. I studied German every single day, and I was supposed to achieve the B1 level. There were a kind of exam, and for you to know, of the whole group of people, oh my goodness, from my university in the province in the state that I live it, because this was for a whole country. People from the whole country were in the competition
Wow.
for this scholarship. Yeah, so in the state that I lived, in the whole state, I
Yeah.
was the last one, the last one to approve that exam, that Sherman exam, in the last possible opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm shaking again because that was huge.
You're like the memories are
So
coming back.
I'm breathing. Yeah, I'm doing it. So yeah, I worked super hard, and I passed exam.
Mm-hmm.
I learned it on my own because I couldn't pay a course for a German course. The
Mm-hmm.
university gave us a one for free that was amazing. I take it. I went there as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
Work on my research project on all the papers because you also have to present recommendations letter,
Oh yeah.
things that says that you're worth the the scholarship you among a lot of people in the whole
Mm-hmm.
country. So yeah, I work super hard. I went through a lot of very challenging frightening feelings inside myself because that was a huge move
Mm.
going to another country. So for you to know, I was born in Argentina and I have never went to another country besides one that is super super close, which is like going to another state.
Mm-hmm.
So going to I never went alone to an airport. So it was huge in so many levels for me.
Yeah.
So yes, that's for me one of the biggest parts of and most beautiful
Mm-hmm.
because of that. So yeah, I finally received the scholarship. there were not so many scholarships for the amount of people who were in the whole process. So I was super lucky to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just so happy because all the work, all the hard work, all the sacrifices, all everything worth it. And I couldn't be more happier.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And it was truly amazing. And yeah, I came here to Germany, and I spent the scholarship, for you to know, was only for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and only 6 months. And after that, I was supposed to come back to Argentina.
Huh.
But
But you
you live
didn't.
in Germany, don't you?
You're like,
Oh
so
yeah,
that's been a while.
yeah. So what's happened, girl?
Yeah. So yeah. What? Please do tell.
You didn't come back, don't you? So yeah, I didn't, because I like it here so much. I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with the people. I got an amazing job in a research institute, what I wanted to do from the very beginning of my studies. I Oh my goodness, I was just so happy, and so beautiful things were happening. I went through so beautiful situations in my life that no, I have to stay here. That was another moment that I just feel it. This is for me. This is for me. I have to stay here, and I'm so glad I did it. Um, that was super challenging because, of course, no money. After the scholarship, there's no
Yeah.
money,
It's all
so
gone.
you better work.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you want to eat, so go to work. So
So did you say that you got a job while in Germany, or at like how did it start? Were you a student first and then got the job, or you got the job as you went to Germany?
I came here only with a scholarship. I enjoyed it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Really, what it was awesome. I knew people from all around the world, and that also exploded my mind in so many levels.
Right.
It's beautiful. It's amazing. If you ever, guys, have the opportunity to do at least a little scholarship or a little
Mm,
practice abroad, take it,
mm,
because it's totally worth it.
wow.
You learn so much, and so many, uh, these um, thoughts that you sometimes have in your mind, and oh no, this is this way and only this way.
Right.
They
Yeah.
melt.
Yeah.
And
So
that's awesome.
it's definitely worth the experience. It's definitely
Yeah,
worth trying to do something new, to be independent as well, you know. But
exactly.
definitely. So one of the things that I wanted to also talk with you about was actually the Study With Me channel. So
Yeah.
when did you start the Study With Me channel, and what was your thought process? Like, what did you say one day? Yeah, I'm gonna go on YouTube, or was it like, no, I'm so freaked out to go on YouTube, but I don't know why. Maybe I should just do it. And what was your experience? Like, who did you see, to be part of the Study With Me series? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I studied so much to be an engineer that I said, oh no, I rather better an stripper or a YouTuber. So I decided for YouTuber.
Yeah.
That's of course a joke. Um, maybe I have to put it that clear, a joke. So
Yeah.
no, so I was at home studying a lot, like always.
Right.
And I find videos to study along.
Mm-hmm.
So I first meet the Strive
Oh yeah.
studies.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has like pre-recorded videos with
Right.
25 minutes sessions in the past. Now she has with longer sessions, and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is amazing, and it's so useful. And I can also make this. So I first start with those videos, and I had to make 25 minutes pomodoros because my camera only can record for 30 minutes. So
Uh, there you go.
there you are.
Yep.
So no longer videos. Yeah, and I started doing that, and I'm not very good with editing stuff. So my boyfriend, who is a beautiful person,
Mm-hmm.
thank you if you're seeing that, he edited the videos and put the music on, and that was just beautiful. And we made the channel together. I'm the face, but he's also working with this, so
Mm.
it's both of us for the grades. So yeah, I start with the videos. Once I also saw that there were also like 24/7 videos, and I thought, hey, this is also very cool because you can also chat with the people in the chat,
Right.
get the motivation and the feedback, and if you feel I don't know whatever you can say it and you get an answer, and that's awesome. So we
Mm-hmm.
made also 24/7 videos, a live stream
Uh-huh.
with the pre-recorded videos, and that was awesome. The people just love it,
Mm-hmm.
love it. The subscribers were
Wow. So
crazy.
so doing the 24/7 like
Yeah,
loop really helped
yeah,
kind of grow your channel a little bit.
yeah. And that was far, far before like Enrico Vicente or MD Prospect or I don't know who else, but uh, yeah, that was way, way before.
Yeah.
And from that live stream, I met a sweet, super sweetie, sweetie, sweetie girl, Neha, you. So yeah, and she encouraged me to do live streams
Mm.
because I was super afraid to go live. Of course, I
Yeah.
was always behind and never talk to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Not like right now that I can stop talking.
Well, I love it. This is
So
perfect. This is perfect. So keep going. This is great.
blah 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 blah. So
Oh, it's so
so
good.
she encouraged me. So thank you so much, Neha. All this live stream situation, it's all your fault. So you are very guilty right now. So yeah, she encouraged
Thank
me
you, Neha.
to. Yes, thank you, because she was in the 24/7.
Okay.
There with the people, and when because of internet problems and so on, I have to take that down and couldn't upload it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So she was there and she was writing, hey, but you could do it, and maybe you can do this and do that. And I that was very funny because couldn't even read her messages, and she tried and tried until I reached it. So thank you, Neha. So I started these live streams, also
Yeah.
inspired by Study Vibes, of course.
Oh,
She's
right.
amazing, guys.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's also so sweet
Mm-hmm.
and supportive. She works so hard for her studies live streams. That's so beautiful to see.
Mm-hmm.
So a big inspiration right there. And yeah, that's the way I came up with this idea. And I started, and I was super nervous, and I have 1,000,000,000 problems. My internet connection was horrible. The live stream stopped working at
Wow. Everything.
randomly. Yeah, the microphone was terrible. I didn't have a micro at the very end, at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
The camera, I was green, I was yellow, I was pink, I don't know. And so, yeah, I'm still working on that, of course. As you can see,
You're
work
like,
in
but I
progress.
feel like I've gotten it better, you know?
Finally.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And
that's
just
it.
as a quick reminder to the people who are in the chat, thank you again for being here, for hanging out with
Yeah.
us, and just so that you're aware, you can ask questions, and I will do the best I can to look for those questions, and then we'll go through those questions towards the end of our time. So please
Oh,
go ahead and put those questions in the chat. If you can just put question and then your question. So just question. You can do all
oh.
caps. This is a live stream where you can do all caps if you want to. That's fine. I don't mind.
Go,
I really
guys.
don't have that many roles, to be honest. But so Cartu, I want to talk about also your approach to studying.
Yeah.
So I love how you have your live stream, like your playlist structured on your channel, on your page. You have 25 minutes Pomodoro, and
Oh
then you
yeah.
have 25 minutes with music, and then you also have 25 minutes with no sound,
Without-
right? So I just tell me a little bit about your approach, like how one of the questions that I think a lot of live streamers get is, can you do 50 or can you do 45? Can you do, ask those
Mhm.
questions. How did you come to the place of doing the 25 minutes, which I know you said the 25 minutes is because your camera at the time,
I'm right.
could only do 25. So how did you make the progression from 25 to, I believe you do now 50 minutes. Is
50.
that correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your approach to study methods and how much time you dedicate to it, why you do a certain amount.
So, so the 25 minutes to begin with that was purely because of the camera, because
Uh-huh.
of the 30-minute recording time. But
Hmm.
for me, it was always better to study longer. But that is a thing that depends on the subject, on the person who is studying. So you guys in the live stream, by no means have to adjust yourself to the study methods of someone else.
Yeah.
So if you work well with 25 minutes, go for that.
Yeah.
If you work well with 45 minutes, like your live stream, I think,
Hmm.
go for that. 50 minutes, go for that. 60 minutes, I don't know, 2 hours, go for that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
depends
just
on
go for
you.
it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Use caps. No. So I think you're having fun. I don't know why.
This is the best type of interview. Yeah, just yeah, this is awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So
I'm just
happy
trying
for
not
that.
to laugh too much because because I can trust me, when I start laughing, I won't stop. So I'm okay. I'm okay.
I will try harder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Challenge accepted. so,
Oh man, we're
so,
gonna be talking like this for a while.
so yeah. Coming back to the very serious question that you
Yeah.
have made me. So,
Yeah, because I put a lot of
25
thought
minutes.
into this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
25 minutes was only and purely because of the recording time of the camera. 50
Right.
minutes was because that adjusts my schedule better and because I think it's super practical.
Hmm.
Because when you do 50 minutes study time and 10 minutes break, you have like 1 hour. So I know
Right.
if I start at a certain time and hours before I'm going to finish.
Yeah.
With like 60 minutes Pomodoros, it's like I have to do a lot of math to know when I'm going to finish or when I'm going to have lunch, and that's very hard. Engineer is enough, I can do that.
Well, it's funny because when you said, I have to do a lot of math, I relate so much to that. I mean, I really do. You're like, I have to do a lot of math, and that's just gross. Like, I don't want to do numbers right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, but I also think that it's also a very good idea for the people who want to join the live stream because this way you always know that at a certain time, like 9 a.m., 10 p.m., 10 a.m., and so on.
Right.
10 p.m. is going to be difficult because, but anyway,
Yeah.
you can join and a session it's going to start. Or for the people in India, that every half hour
Hmm.
like because of the time the sound
Right.
times you the one session it's going to start and that make it easier I think when you want to join a live stream or
Hmm.
at least in my experience had that makes me join into a live stream easier so yeah that helped me and I think it's also the people enjoy it I didn't get comments to increase the time or decrease the time so I think we are fine so that's why.
Well, and that I think that goes with your particular community because I think that's what And correct me if I'm wrong, but over time, you start to get to know the people within your community and start to kind of understand why they like certain things on the live stream, why they even joined your live stream. So, if you could tell us also, just to kind of segue into a different subject slightly, but chemical engineering, that's what you went to school for, correct?
Yep.
So I find it very interesting because there are more men, specifically,
Oh yeah.
more men in the STEM field. Like we got, more of those statistics at our fingertips, if you will, that say
Mm,
that there's more representation for men. Um, how is it for
sadly.
you going into that field, and how do you feel like do you feel like there's more of a necessity for more women or just people to be in the STEM field?
Of course, there is a necessity. Women should be everywhere, like men,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
50-50, no more, no less. Place
Just
with for everyone,
yeah.
everywhere. That could be
Right.
awesome. And so, to make it funny, the first thing that I realized when I went to the classes full of men
Mm-hmm.
was my first impression, to be honest.
Yeah.
This men.
You're like, it's all
Because
guys. I don't know what to
yeah,
do.
come on, take a shower. No, that's only for to make a show there. Because for the entrance exam, we had like a month
Mm-hmm.
in a month classes, very intensive course in the summertime, and that was oh my goodness. And my feet was broken also, so I was jumping in one leg
Okay,
for
you need to
real.
tell me about that story after this. I need to know about
But
that.
this is going to take like the whole night, you know.
Hey, I got time, so I'm okay.
You guys have time?
Yeah.
No, but to go to the very important stuff, because I could really cover that first, because that's super, super huge and important.
Mm,
Women in tech, women in science, women in everywhere. Math is not only for men.
mm-hmm.
Everyone can do math. If
Yeah.
you like it, just do it.
Yeah.
It's like painting or psychology or I don't know, kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only for women.
Mm-hmm.
Men can also do it, or hairdressers. So
Right.
anyway,
Yeah.
the stereotypes, guys,
Mm,
stereotypes.
right.
So just take it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't useful at all,
Right.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So uh, so yes, I went there, and there were so many men,
Mm-hmm.
so many. I received so many date proposals.
I bet. I mean, just like you're outnumbered by all these guys, and that's probably what could have happened. So,
That was like, I came here only to study, but thank you for telling me, because I'm jumping in one leg, you know. So thank you. I really appreciate it. I was with these kind of orthopedic boats that they
right.
put you so you don't move your feet and you can
Oh yeah, like
walk.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I was with, I don't know the name in English, with these things that you have to walk in this way, you know, how
Oh,
to
the
name
crutches. Crutches.
that,
Yeah.
and jumping in one leg. So when I get date proposal, oh come on, thank you. I'm just oh my goodness. So no, but that's only for the show. It was very challenging because I
Mm,
was in the classroom
mhm.
with I think like 40 or 50 people. I think I don't say it wrong. I was from 50 people
Mhm.
where we were only like three women.
Wow.
Three women.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, once I passed the entrance exam, which was also amazing because I
Mhm.
know a lot of people who didn't,
Mm,
especially women. I don't know why.
mhm.
Uh, I think because of the preparation and also from what the society tell you. So, for example, this example, this is that was so hard, and I get so angry
Mm,
about this. because one of my best friends from high school, when I was talking about, we were talking about, hey, what would you like to study? What would you like to study? So we were 19 girls,
Mhm.
all girls. So then from all girls, I went to
To
a
all.
place full of men. So yeah,
So you're like,
interesting.
well, this is a lot.
Yeah, this is like a change for me, I
Yeah,
think. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I from these nightingales,
Mhm.
a lot of them were to art, like this graphic design. A lot of them went to oh, how to say it in English? I think it's oh,
Biochemistry?
biochemistry. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
took a shot. I
Um,
wasn't sure. So yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
And yeah, and another careers, and I was the only one who chose technology.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, hey, why? So when I was, everyone was talking, hey, I'm going to go to this one and another. Okay, super. When I said I want to be an engineer,
Mhm.
my one of my best friends told me, no, that's for men. You can do that.
Wow. So that understanding
Why?
was already like ingrained in your best friend's mind that, oh no, I can't do it because that's only for men.
And you know what? It's the horrible part of it. His father, her father
Hmm.
is an engineer.
Oh, well, you're like even
Yeah,
more so like, go for it.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah. And
it makes me wonder
she,
though, because I wonder, I'm just kind of trying to think through this because I'm an educator and I look at my students a lot in the sense of like what I think that they're gifted in and what talents they have and things like that. And
yeah,
a lot of the boys and girls that I look at, they're really like m- they know so much about math and about science and about technology engineering because that's we train them in learning
mhm,
all those things. What I noticed for girls though is that there's for whatever reason there's this mindset of like I don't really think that that's for me,
yeah,
but they're so gifted in that area. And so that's why I even ask the question like do you feel like there is a mindset for a lot of girls,
for
a lot of
sure.
women who maybe are like, well, no, that's just not for me, based off of what your best friend said. I mean, that seems like that may be the mindset. I could be wrong.
No, no, of course. I think the same way. Um, I think it's common.
Mm,
It's maybe natural because of our society and the way we think stuff and how we evolve from
mm-hmm,
only men work and women stay at home. So we
mm,
are learning and we
yeah,
are growing and that's awesome. So
yeah,
we can expect a change like suck in one
right,
day. Sorry.
right,
Yeah, we can expect that kind of change.
right.
But I think there is this stereotype of, especially for engineering, like this man with the name in English for this special hat for engineer
Hmm.
in the middle of the factory in the field,
Oh,
like
like
there's
a hard
nothing
hat,
around.
like a hard
Yes,
hat.
exactly.
Yeah,
That
right.
one. And you are in the middle of a petrochemical industry, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere, and you are not taking shower. I don't know what is the stereotype at all. So I think that, you can work as an engineer also in an office with regular times, or you can also work as engineer, not only for chemical engineer. I'm talking
Hmm.
also about information like IT or civil or electronics, electrical, mechanical, what have you.
Hmm.
You can work from home, you can work from in a normal office, you can also work in the field if that's what you want.
Right.
I have a friend from the university in Argentina that she works in the field,
Hmm.
like in the middle of nowhere, and there she has also his little song and she's totally happy about that.
Yeah.
There's no problem at all.
Yeah.
it, if it's it, if it's already not designed, if
Mhm.
there is now no place for women,
Mhm.
maybe, just maybe, we should make that place,
Mhm.
because if we don't make changes, the changes are not going to happen. So,
Right.
women, please stand up and do whatever you want to do, work and fight, and go for what you love. If you love math, do
Mhm.
math. If
Yeah.
you love art, do art. If you, whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm very, very, very happy and very thankful that I have a mother that
Mhm.
she always, always, as I was a little girl, she
Mhm.
always encouraged me to go ahead, to
Yeah.
push my limits, to don't fear, don't listen to the society standards,
Right.
So yeah, if you, because for example, at the, oh my goodness, I talk a lot.
On. I mean, I love this. Keep going. I'm.
Yeah,
This is
and you guys,
what this is about. Is having a conversation, just talking. So feel free,
yeah.
please.
I can see Neha says indeed because she also goes for engineering. So go, Neha, go.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Go. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so happy for you.
Yeah.
And what I was saying,
So the your best friend was an engineer or chemical engineering? Oh no, no, that's you.
I don't know
Yeah.
where we are.
Yeah. Where am I right now?
No, women in tech,
In the
women
field.
in everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very cool to see that there are a lot of programs everywhere.
Mhm.
For example, here where I live, in the university that where I studied, that there are programs to increase, to promote the presence of women, and also in Argentina. So this change
Mm.
is happening everywhere.
Mhm.
So don't be scared because now you are studying, and when you finish, most probably there's going to be more place than now
Mhm.
for women in tech or in math or in science. So go ahead. Oh, I was talking about my mom. My mom is a very sweet woman. Now, I was talking about my mom and how she encouraged me
Yeah.
always.
Uh-huh.
If I'm here, it's because of my mom.
Yeah. Mm.
That's for sure. And the
Wow.
hard work, of course. But
Yeah.
she made me this way. So, and so thank you, mom. If you
Mhm.
ever see this video, thank you. Um,
Yeah.
in the high school, I loved chemistry and math,
Mhm.
and it was very hard to find. I didn't know what to study because I loved everything:
Mhm.
geography, history, law. No, but the rest, yes.
Right. You're like everything's on the table. Law, we're not gonna do right now.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But so I like it the most, math and chemistry. So my
Mhm.
mom took me to every possible talk about math and about
Oh.
chemistry and about engineer because it's the mixture of math and
Right.
chemistry.
Right.
So that was perfect. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's wonderful, and I think I think from what I'm hearing from your story and how your mom was a huge influence, obviously, in your life, and who taught you, I think, the meaning and value of hard work. I can see how that worked its way through you when you decided to go from Argentina to Germany,
Oh,
and how
oh
you
yeah.
decided, like, you know what, no, I got to go for it. I There's something deep down that is causing me, it's compelling me to do the hard
Mhm.
work, to just go for it. And I
Yeah.
think, me personally, that's a huge positive message that you're sending to your community, to me in this conversation, where regardless of how you feel sometimes, you can be so
Mhm.
scared to make a move, to make an adjustment, and it could be small and it could be big. But if you really want to better your life, and I could see, Cartu, I could see the hard work, the hard work ethic that you have, where it propelled you to move forward, and you just said, "No, I'm just gonna go for it." And if it doesn't work, okay, but if it works, wonderful,
Yeah.
and it's so wonderful to see how your story was going from a place of like, I gotta go for it, to where you are now and how you're able to be in Germany like that. That's wonderful. You're in Germany and you're enjoying it, and you have a job there in chemical engineering, and just that's just such a wonderful story. And I think it's all stemming
Thank you.
from it's all stemming from the hard work that you put in, and the empowerment that your mom gave to you. I think to strengthen you in your journey. I think your message is going to be just as great to all the people who are in our live stream,
Hopefully.
who will watch this later, in the replay, um, or listen to this. And I think this is going to be a good sense of encouragement to people listening to this later on, or even now. I know for me, it's an encouragement because even though I'm not a woman, I think for me, I get really scared about making certain adjustments in my life. And so I think this is
Everyone.
just a good example of like, hey, if there's something that you want to go for, just go for it. And
Go
I
for it.
love that that's part of your message. So um, yeah, we're gonna look into the chat real quick to see if we have
Yeah.
a couple of questions that we can probably give to you, send to you your way. I'm gonna do the best I can. I think I don't know if we have some sent to me, so I'm gonna double check real quick. Um, and if you, um, Cartu, if you see any question in there that I'm not looking at, please feel free to go for it and answer that question. I'm just
Yeah.
going through the chat a little bit.
There were, I think, two questions until now. One from Kim, Ponkimto is the name.
Yes,
And another
yes.
one was from Kukui, who has a very hard to say name, like Orpe, where are you? Or something like that.
Okay, so maybe we can go with Pokimito first. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
No,
Um,
but it's nice.
but you're like, no, but we'll let it pass. So what
But
is what is the best advice someone else ever gave you?
should
You're like,
I need
wow,
to
that
answer
one's tough.
now because I don't know. No, that's such a very good question. Mm, sometimes when you don't know and you have to think too hard,
Mm,
the first thing that comes to your mind is like the right one. So I will just tell you what first come to my mind.
mhm.
So because I didn't talk about my mom enough,
Right.
and I will tell you that I think this one is the one of the yes, I think this for sure is the best piece of advice that someone ever gave me. Um, so, as you may realize, I was raised by a single mom.
Mm,
My father just decided to doesn't worth being a father, so totally okay, his decision.
mm,
And so my mom is a very, very hardworking woman,
mhm.
as you can see, at least through me.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I was a little girl, because of this whole situation with my father and the life that we went through and blah blah, no drama, just real and concrete information. But I
Mm.
have to give you some context, if
Oh
not,
yeah, of
it's
course.
like
Sure.
it was very, very, very difficult
Mm,
for me as a girl to understand things that shouldn't be that way, and
mm,
I was with a lot of different kind of feelings. So I was very, 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 very sad and very bad. Like I was like, I don't know. I can't recall if I was like 7 years old or something like that.
mm,
And I was super, super sad. And I can't give you more context because it's going to be too much. But my mom told me something like this, which remains um, and and I apply it to every situation. It's like this is the concrete things that in life you are given certain cards,
mm,
doesn't matter which cards you have.
Mhm.
Some people have better cards. I mean, they for playing.
Yeah.
Some people get better cards, and some people get not so good cards.
Mm.
Doesn't matter which one you get.
Mhm.
What is important is how you play them,
Mm.
because you can have a very good hand and you can play it so bad
Mhm.
and you
Yeah.
lose in a
Yeah, no,
what.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was given not a very good hand, let's say, but a
Mhm.
very powerful mom for
Mhm.
sure. So she um, showed me how to went through that kind of situations, and and I went with what I have in my hand right now.
Mm.
I'm trying to do my best,
Yeah.
and every single day I'm trying to do my best. Perhaps it's not enough for a certain perhaps is not perfect, perhaps is whatever, but
Mhm.
I'm working on that, and I'm working every single day on
Mm.
that. And and the message, the way you help people and the way you make people feel
Mhm.
and what you do with what you have, um, is a decision
Yeah.
that you take every single day of your life.
Mm.
You can wake up and feel poor,
Mhm.
sad, devastated, or you
Mhm.
can wake up saying, hey, today I have another opportunity. Today I can do it better than yesterday. Today I can do this and I can do another thing. What is in your possibilities?
Mm.
For sure, you can do everything what you want, but
Mhm.
for sure, you can do something
Yeah.
to get you from where you are to a
Mhm.
better position, from
Yeah.
for to where you want to be,
Mhm.
to make your future. So I think that was the biggest and the best piece of advice that I
I mean
ever
that's wonderful advice. I
received.
think it also
Mm.
shows that advice I think carries into your life 100%. I mean, I just met you. We just met this one time, and already I feel encouraged, very motivated, very empowered
No, Paximus.
by the message of your life. The message of your life being like, look, there's days where I wake up and I'm not feeling great. There's days that
Yeah,
I'm whether I'm depressed or anxious or feeling
me
certain,
too.
things, but I'm going to choose today to get out of
Yeah,
that and look at the opportunities that are ahead of me. Versus like, oh, poor me. I
exactly.
don't have this opportunity. Yes, you do. You have plenty of opportunities. And I see that in your outlook, in the way that you talk about, hey, not every day is like you know
Yeah,
rainbows and unicorns and all those things.
no,
Not every
most
day
of
is
them are.
like that.
Oh,
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I'm very very much encouraged by who you are and
oh,
how you perceive the just your opportunities, how you look at the day, whether you're
yeah,
feeling great or not. You're like, okay, well, how do I change this around? And being a steady streamer, sometimes I don't know about you, I'll talk for myself personally, but sometimes I'm just like, not today, y'all. I can't I can't study stream. I'm so tired, I'm so exhausted. But I
yeah,
think one of the
totally.
things is to be consistent. Um, and I think I see that in you, just about your message overall, is that if I'm having a bad day, if I'm struggling, or even if I'm having a good day, I'm going to choose to be consistent about the things that I'm going for, the dreams, the hopes that I have. I'm going to work hard for it, and I'm going to make the best of my day, and whatever cards that you have dealt to you, it's not what you like, it's not necessarily the quantity, but it's how you play the card. I love that that's the message that you send, not just here, but to your study with me stream, and just who you are. So I think that's wonderful.
Thank you.
um I think there might be another one.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another question. If you were to tell only three things to a student, what would you tell them, or what would you do?
Good, good. Cuckoo, yeah. If you were to tell only three things to a student, I could say, that's also huge.
Mm.
Oh, guys, you make very good questions.
These are good
I'm in
questions.
trouble right now.
Thank you for the good questions, guys.
Yeah, thank you. So, the first thing that comes to my mind again could be if you have a dream, go for that.
Mm.
If you have a call inside, go for that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what, you
Yeah.
just go for that.
Yeah.
You work as hard and as good and as so efficient and so many adjectives as you want, and you go for that. So that could be the first one. If you have a dream, if you have a purpose, a goal, you name it, you just go for that.
Yeah.
That requires a lot of skills, like discipline,
Discipline. Yeah.
persistence,
Mm-hmm.
endurance, consistency, to be positive, even when you are full of this word that I don't know if I can say shit until here.
Sure.
You just keep working. You just keep going ahead, and
Yeah.
you it has to be your cheerleader.
Mm.
Like in the I don't know because in USA when there is a football match,
Mm-hmm.
there is this girl who says to the another ones, "Hey, we can do it," and they make these dances. So you have to be your own cheerleader.
Yeah.
That's the right way to say cheerleader,
Yeah. Yeah.
because maybe
Absolutely.
I'm
You
saying
got it.
wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So when you don't feel like doing it, when you are, I don't rely on motivation.
Mm-hmm.
I did it. I did it. That in the future,
Mm-hmm.
not anymore, because doesn't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have motivation, if you are sad, if you are angry, if you are going through a very difficult, stressful situation, if
Mm-hmm.
everything goes wrong and nothing goes well, if you have power cuts, I went through that. If you
Mm-hmm.
have no good tech to work with, like a computer or whatever, if your internet connection is bad,
Mm-hmm.
if your health doesn't help you
Mm-hmm.
or is not the way you want, if you have family members who are going through illness, if you name it,
Mm-hmm.
we all go through difficult situations.
Yeah.
But the thing is what
Right.
you do to take you and the people you love from that situation to a better situation. So
Mm.
if you have a dream, go for that, will be the first one. The second one would be like you have to be your own cheerleader, because
Mm.
um, when everything goes wrong,
Mm-hmm.
when nothing seems to be good, not now, not in the near future, not even in a year,
Mm-hmm.
you can so easily go like, ooh,
Yeah.
and that's not going to help you.
Right.
You are
Mm.
not going to have the future you want
Yeah.
if you allow that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we all need to, if you are sad, and you need to take a time, you take a time.
Yeah.
Depression, anxiety problems,
Mm-hmm.
mental illness are another thing,
Yeah.
another topic,
Totally.
which is huge.
Mm.
So you require professionals to help you, go
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
But what I mean is that in a regular situation, which doesn't exist, but anyway,
Yeah.
you have to be your own cheerleader. When you
Right.
wake up in the morning and you don't feel like standing up because you want to sleep more,
Mm.
you say no. Hey, I can do it. Yoo-hoo!
Right.
And I also say that when the people ask me for advice, just before going to one exam, and the first one is to breathe, very
Mm.
important.
Yeah, that's
And the
true
second
though.
one,
Yeah.
yeah, and the second one is to say like, hey, I can do it, I can do it. And that could be super silly when you see me like now. It's like, what is she doing in this live stream? Come on. But you have to be your own cheerleader, because no
Yeah.
one is going to do that for you.
Mm.
in, more usual than, yeah, normally there's going to be no one
Hmm.
to tell you, hey, you can do it.
Right.
Sometimes yes, and those moments are, oh, thanks God. But
Hmm.
if not, you have to do it yourself. So that could be the second one. And the third one, I just don't know because I just talk too much. I'm afraid I'm talking too much today.
No, this
It's
is
Sunday.
fantastic. This is great, and
Yeah.
I think even if you were to stop at, because maybe it doesn't require three things, but it's just those two things that are the most important, you know. Um, and I think like for me personally, I have a family member who thinks very much the same way that you do because their story is very much like yours, where
Oh.
didn't grow up with a father, and it was just one parent. It was just the mom, uh,
Mhm.
and the same mentality that one of my relatives has is you got to basically like be your own cheerleader because at the end of the day no one's gonna be there necessarily in the sense of like no one's gonna like say hey go exercise, hey go do this, hey go do something for yourself. You
Take
sometimes have
yourself
yeah like you know
and
like
do it.
yeah just do like the Nike slogan, just do it,
Yeah.
yeah. And so but I relate, I think, very much to what you're saying, that sometimes you have to talk to yourself and say, "Hey, at the end of the day, I have to tell myself you can do it. You got to go for it. Whatever it is that you have as a dream or as a goal, even if it's small tasks throughout the day, you have to kind of talk to yourself and say like, "Yes, I can do it and I don't want to do it, but I know it's going to be good for me." And that's really important to
Exactly.
have in mind, and I love that that's really, the message that you're sending out as well. Um,
Thank you.
let me. I think there is. I'm just double checking real quick. There may be another question. Oh no. Oh no, we answered that question. Okay, great.
Yeah.
But I
And
wanted
maybe
to
the
actually
second.
mention also. I said something, and oh, see, it's right here.
Oh, what?
Kim is fine.
What are you joke?
Pokeem toe, Pokeem
Or you can
toe.
say Kim.
But I could say Kim. Kim is fine. But I
Yeah.
love your additional I added in. I might add that.
Oh,
Cuz
where?
yeah, cuz I think the way that I pronounced it, I was like
Uh-huh.
Pokitimo, something like that. And they're like, "Yeah, I might add that actually. That has a ring to it." So I just wanted to point that out. Um Well, Cartu, thank you so much. Thank you
My
for your
pleasure.
time. Thank you for spending some time with me, allowing me to get to know you, and allowing our communities to kind of get to know each other as well. Um, for those of you who are listening in or watching this in the replay, definitely go check out Cartu is live on YouTube, and definitely I want to say that this was one of like the most just for me personally, it was just so relaxing to talk with you, and I love
I'm
your outlook.
glad.
Yeah, I love your outlook on life, and I can see you're a hard worker. I can see that really comes through, but you have such a positive attitude behind that, and it's inspiring. It really is, and
Oh.
I just want to say thank you so much for I mean, I feel honored that you would even take the time to hang out with me on this podcast. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and thank you, just for this connection, this new connection we have. So
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, with that, I think you all know what time it is. So I want to thank you guys so much for being here, for hanging out with me, and for hanging out with me. And Cartu is live. Thank you so much for going into the chat and giving us your questions. And I really had a wonderful time. I want to thank you guys for showing up, and don't forget that Cartu is live. All the information of her channel is in the description below. So don't forget to go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to her channel in particular. Cartu is live. She live streams daily, so definitely check out her live stream. It's coming up real soon. But in the meantime, remember, be kind and rewind. I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya. Hadouken!